Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today we are going to be doing this very classic look that I'm wearing, just a very old Hollywood vibe that we got going on today. And the stars of today's show are going to be the new Wet N Wild Photo Focus Dewy Finish Foundation and the Prime Focus Primer Serum. Alright, so let's jump right in. For right now, I'm not starting these videos with my skincare anymore. It's just because I'm trying a lot of new products right now and I'm not sure if I like them, so I don't really want to recommend them. So for now, just know that I'm basically wearing a serum with vitamin C and a moisturizer, and that's basically it. As I mentioned, the highlight for today's video is going to be the new Do It foundation from Wet n Wild. So it comes in these 20 shades, and then they also came out with a new moisturizing primer serum, which is right in the middle. In the original formula, my shade was cream beige. However, in the new formula, cream beige does seem to be a bit lighter. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it just to make sure, but if not, I will just find a different shade that does match me. So the middle shade is cream beige in the original formula, the bottom one is cream beige in the new formula, and then the top one is Desert Beige, which I feel is actually the one that matches me right now. So I did have to go a few shades up and pick a different one, so just again keep that in mind when you're picking out your shade. I am going to be doing a full look today, so let me go do my brows and then I'll be right back. So for this look, I'm going to be going back to this 40 palette that I used a few videos ago. So today's look is going to be a very neutrals matte look. So I'm going to be definitely in this range and in this range right here. As I've mentioned before, whenever I do matte looks, I really like to start with the lightest shade. So today I am going to be starting with this shade right here. And I'm just going to apply that with this Wet n Wild shader brush. And then next, I'm gonna go in with this very like latte kind of color here. It's definitely more on the warm side, and that's what I'm looking for. And I'm gonna apply that using the Morphe M505. Now I did apply that first shade over my entire lid. This one, however, I'm gonna apply just in the outer corner, but I am gonna bring it all the way in. Next, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This is very similar to that shade, but it is much more cool tone, and that's kind of what I want to do. I want it to be like a neutral look, and I'm going to be applying that with the Morphe M433. Next, I'm going to go in with this real dark chocolatey brown, and I'm gonna apply that with the Delium Tools 776 brush. It's very similar to the 433 from Morphe. This is just a clean one, and I don't feel like cleaning that one. But if you wanted, you could just clean the last brush we used and use that one instead. And then lastly, I'm going to apply this dark brown right here. I didn't want to go to black today just because I didn't want to give it that same depth. I wanted it to have that feeling of still kind of being a lighter look. So I'm just going to use this neutral brown, and then I'm applying that with the Morphe M506 brush. Now I'm going to go back in with that original brush and that original beige shadow. And I'm just going to apply that all over the lid again. And then next, using this Morphe M514 brush, I'm just going to go ahead and blend those edges. And using that same brush, I'm also going to blend out the outer edges. For liner, I'm going to use their Mega Liner in black. And when I'm creating my cat eye, I'm going to try to keep it as a very straight line. Sometimes I do curve it up a little bit, but for this look, keeping with that same classic theme, I'm just going to try to keep it straight. So I already went in with mascara and I cleaned up underneath my eyes. For lashes now, I'm going to go in with this Day & Boss Trio. As you guys know, I love this trio. There's just so many looks you can use these lashes with. And I'm going to go in with this top style. Moving on to face, I'm going to start with the Primer Serum and just put a few drops of this all over my face. So my first thoughts on this is that yes, it is very watery. So when you are applying it, either apply it first in your hand or make sure to drop it through the center of your face. You don't want to drop this over your brows or your eye look. The second thought is that it does have a fragrance, but it is very, very mild and it smells so good. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna try to find out because it smells floral, but it smells amazing. And then my third thought is that it feels amazing. As you can tell, my skin looks very dewy, very hydrated. It does dry down to a little bit of like a tacky feel, but not too tacky. So this feels amazing. So if this performs how I think it's gonna perform, I think this is gonna be one of my new favorites. But let's see. And then moving on to foundation, I am gonna be using the Photo Focus Dewy Finish Foundation in Desert Beige. So after applying it, the first thing I think is that it does have a fragrance like the original version, but the fragrance is different, and again, it does feel a little more mild. The second is that the coverage is also very similar to the original foundation. It's a medium coverage, but it is buildable. And then third, as you can tell, the finish is dewy. Even though I have oily skin, I actually really prefer that finish because to me it looks a lot more natural, whereas a mattifying foundation to me can look a little too fake or a little cakey, whereas with this I feel like it really does look very natural. So I think this is a win. This is definitely going to be a foundation I'm going to be using probably all the time. So now moving on to concealer, I'm going to be using their Photo Focus Concealer in Medium Tawny. So now that I've applied concealer, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna put any setting powder because I actually really like the finish. It looks very natural, very dewy. That's actually something I've been doing a lot lately, especially because it's been colder and drier. I just don't really set my makeup that much, and if I do, I use very little powder. However, if it was summer or if I had an event to go to or I was going to be outside all day, something like that, I would most likely set it. But a day like today where I'm going to be inside most of the day, I really don't mind just leaving it like that. I really do love the finish. It is so dewy and so natural. Moving on, I'm going to apply this nude liner in my waterline. This is the Essence Extreme Lasting in Silky Nude. I use this one all the time. This is my tried and true nude liner because it lasts all day. Then I'm just going to go ahead and apply mascara and brow gel. These aren't anything special. You can really just use whatever brand that you like. Continuing with the face, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Wet Shady Beaches. And I'm going to apply that using the Morphe M530 brush. This is my favorite brush because it really is like dual purpose. I can bronze with this, but I can also contour. So I highly recommend this one for anyone that's looking for like that perfect bronzer brush. Then using my smaller Wet n Wild brush, I'm going to apply some underneath my bottom lip and on the tip of my nose. Then for blush, I'm using their Color Icon blush in Apricot in the middle. This is just a very peachy, kind of like a light peachy shimmery shade. Just very natural and trying to keep with that same dewy feel that we got going on. And I'm going to apply that with the Morphe E4. This again is my favorite blush brush. I absolutely love this one to death. For highlighter, I'm using their Mega Glow highlighting powder in Golden Flower Crown. This is probably my favorite shade that they make because it's that perfect shade of like champagne. And I'm gonna apply that using another Wet n Wild shader brush. And lastly for lips, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Matte Liquid Lipstick in Missy and Fierce, which is just this really pretty true red. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I love, love, love it. I feel like I'm in like an old Hollywood film. It's just very classic, very romantic. I feel like I could literally wear this to any event that I wanted. My final verdict on both of these is that I honestly love them both. The foundation, I had a feeling that I was really gonna love it because I really love their original formula. So this one honestly doesn't surprise me. The coverage is just beautiful. I really do recommend this even if you do have more oily skin like I do. I'm leaving it just like this, as I said, because it is a little colder and drier right now, but if I were to wear this during the summer, I would just set it with powder. I really do think that I'm going to be gravitating towards this one even more than the original formula because I really do prefer this finish. It looks so natural. And then for the primer, I honestly didn't have high hopes for this one, not because of Wet n Wild, but because it's a drugstore primer. There are so few drugstore primers that I feel are actually really good quality, and this one I really do. You could really wrap this up in a higher price point and like a Sephora like high-end brand and I would believe it. This really did feel so good on the skin. This is definitely going to be a staple in my collection here. But yeah, that's basically it guys. As always, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Project your voice. But yeah, that's basically it guys. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and give this video a big thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Did you fix it though? No, it's like crooked.
How is it crooked?
Because it's all tangled. Okay. What do you want to say to everyone?
Hi.
Are you going to say it from over there? Are you going to say it where they can see you? What are you doing? Just stand up and come over here. Or share my seat. Here. Put that back.
Okay.
Okay. Sealer, that's you. It's just slow, but there you are. But you got to stand up straight.
Oh, I can see myself better on the camera then.
Look how little you are. What do you want to say?
Hi.
That's it?
Sort of.
Now you're camera shy?
No.
Liar. Okay, well, let's go get your dad.
Why?
Because he's sitting outside.
And he's talking to someone.
Well, come on. Either way. I can't film. You guys just got here.